Good morning. As some of you might know, we were away on holiday last week, and while we were there, we've had quite an outbreak of blue tongue around our area, and some friends of ours, and in fact some more direct links to our family, as in one of my daughter's boyfriend's family have got blue tongue at the moment. And some friends of ours have got blue tongue quite badly and had to sort of test and vaccinate sort of unexpectedly, and they've got it quite bad and they're losing sheep left, right and centre. So this morning I'm just out walking around just checking our sheep, make sure there's nothing out and around that's looking particularly vulnerable. And so far I've found one up near the farm that is suspicious, but other than odd lame one, or like that one there is an old plain sort of view, another lame one there. Touch wood, they're looking okay at the moment. I've got another bunch to check, but it's pretty obvious if you get it, they froth at the mouth, their heads swell up, they get bad feet. But what I'm seeing at the moment, there's a lamb there's a little bit lame, but the lambs don't seem to be quite so susceptible to it, from what I hear. But the lameness in the sheep, they were run through a footbath before I went away, but with all this dry weather and the dry stalky sort of grass, you tend to get a condition called strip, which is like soreness between their hooves or their claws, and I think that's more likely what I'm seeing in terms of lameness. But I'm just walking around quietly, just checking basically. But these are the sheep here I'm more worried about, because they're commercial sheep as opposed to the hill breeds that we got here, which take a bit more looking after anyway. So and the thing is, for our sort of establishment, the sheep are kept pretty much to more subsidise the cattle and to condition the ground. Well, not obviously not the ground where I'm walking around now, because this is a sort of bit of moory ground that we got, which is just basically sheep grazing. But that's the real reason we keep sheep. Unless you've got thousands of them, you can't really make money particularly out of sheep. So trying to find a way across the river. So that's, if we have to vaccinate everything, it's a major financial burden and also loss on something that we don't make much out of anyway. And the other issue, of course, is that if you don't vaccinate, you take your chance and you end up going down with blue tongue. Potentially you lose a lot of your breeding stock. So there's a financial loss and burden in that respect as well. Excuse me while I jump across the river here. So you're in a bit of a bind or catch-22 situation where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So we're at this stage not really knowing what to do, because our friends have got similar, well, less sheep than we have, and for the vaccine and the anti-inflammatory drugs that you need should you go down with it, it's cost them £5,000 so far. Well, basically that outweighs the value of the lambs and the breeding stock, probably, potentially, or at least half of the value of them, should you go down with it or have to vaccinate. So the only thing, the other issue is, you either got take your chance and then see if you get it, but if you get it, you'll have to obviously treat it all and vaccinate it all, because it'll be a welfare issue. So yet again, the British farmers are hit not only with bad weather, as in terms of drought, but financial burden from every direction, you know, from disease outbreaks to fuel costs to bad weather. It just never ends. But everybody's heard of all them complaints before, but if you're a farmer or sort of interested in farming, you'll perhaps understand that side of it. But at the moment, everything seems to be relatively happy. But I'll come back to you later on and fill you in if I find anything. But anyway, cheers for now, and hopefully I'll come back with a more cheery video, some dogs or something, or a tame sheep, or a tractor, something a bit more cheerful. But anyway, cheers for now.